Yeah, everyone had really nice presentations. This is a bit more simple. So we're TimeWave. This is Jan. We hacked this together. And Orbital is a set of smart contracts that enables cross-chain intent-based auctions. So there's, I guess, first, what are intents? It's kind of a debated subject, but essentially it's a alternative way for users to express orders or whatever intentions they may be. So this is an example of an intent definition. So user will say that on domain neutron, they would like to receive 10 neutron, and they're offering on Juno 100 Juno. So this is something that a off-chain solver will pick up and attempt to fulfill the intent for the user. There's two key concepts that we worked on. There's the account and auction. And yeah, we'll look at them both. So from users' perspective, they only interact with the account. So they instantiate an instance of an account contract on Neutron. This will in turn enable them to deposit funds there. And once they do that, they'll be able to register domains in which they wish to fulfill, to have their intents fulfilled. So in order to submit an intent, say for Neutron, you need to have Neutron registered, sorry. And they'll be able to withdraw the funds from the system after the fact. Whereas the market makers, the solvers, they will only be interacting with the auction. In order to do that, they will submit a slashable bond, which can be a dynamic or a constant amount. And they'll be depositing funds to fulfill their bids. So we can look at the account. So once the user registers and expresses that they wish to operate in, say, Juno, the account will instantiate a Polytone proxy account on Juno. Then it will fetch the address of that proxy, and users then will be able to deposit funds into that account. So what this will do is register that deposit in the system. So technically, those funds are no longer in users' direct control. In order to access them, the user will need to withdraw them. And then we are doing this double accounting kind of internal system. This is to avoid extra transactions. So whenever funds will be deposited, we will do a balance sync over IBC and keep an internal ledger of all balances on Neutron. And that ledger gets updated in one of three ways. So either user deposits funds in the system, user withdraws the funds from the system, or submits an intent. So once an intent is submitted, and assuming that the account module verifies that the internal ledger has those balances that the user is offering, the intent will be sent to the auction, and that's where the solvers can begin bidding the best prices for that intent. This is nice because you can sell huge amounts of funds without triggering like a big price impact on a specific DEX. So if you wanted to sell like 1 million Atom on Osmosis, you would probably end up getting a terrible pricing. Whereas here, if you submit this order, it can be processed by sophisticated solvers in a way that will dampen the impact of the trade, because they will arbit out on maybe Astroport, Osmosis, and whatever else. After the solver wins a bid, the auction will enter a fulfillment window during which the solver will need to deposit, usually with a bank send, on user's ask domain, specified address. They will bank send the amount of funds that the solver promised, and then submit a proof back to the account module which will verify that the funds are indeed there. And if the funds are there, the account, without any user interactions, will transfer user's offer asset straight to the solver's specified address. If the solver fails to fulfill this promise, then we slash him. This is to prevent bogus bids that they don't intend to fulfill. And yeah, the bids are only accepted from solvers with an active bond. So maybe a little demo. Is there still time?
4 minutes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so we have Neutron Gaia and Juno spinning here. And yeah, we'll see if we can get this to run. So it will deploy all the contracts, set up Polyton connections. User will then deposit some funds, express an intent, and the solver will hopefully solve it if this runs. Huh? Should run. Or not. Wait, hold.
Just, we ran this today for about 20 times.
Yeah, I guess to fill the time. So I think intents in Cosmos especially makes sense. It's already a thing on Ethereum, which is in a way a monolithic chain. And it's about to become a thing with ANOMA, but that doesn't mean that these protocols cannot interoperate with each other. And the reason I think it's a great idea is because there's this huge issue of fragmentation. When users land in Cosmos, they don't know on which DEX to trade, where to do what. So what they can do with this kind of system is just have a single UI where they can see all of their funds, they can withdraw them however they want, and the solvers will take care of the IBC abstractions for them. Yeah, seems like it's not running. Yeah, we're probably around time, right?